Hi. Sadness, when it becomes depression, is a painful experience. But are there any advantages of sadness and depression? Is there a silver lining? Let's find out. Welcome to Mindscape Matters, and I'm your host, Dr. Mohan Raj. There are some advantages of depression and sadness. Let us look at 7 of them now. The first advantage: sadness is protective. If you become sad in a particular situation, you will avoid that situation and thus protect yourself from further pain. Second, sadness helps in our growth. For example, Mr. A is working in a company, he earns well, but he feels that the job is monotonous. It's not challenging enough. He feels that the job doesn't give him enough opportunities to utilize his full potential. He looks around. His co-workers seem to be content with whatever they are doing. But Mr. A becomes sad and later becomes depressed. This depression makes him think about options that will help him to come out of the present situation. He could write departmental exams, get promoted and take up more challenging roles. Or he could look for a job that matches with his abilities. Or he could upskill himself, or he could become an entrepreneur. Mr. A thinks about all these options only after he became sad or depressed. Third, depression stimulates growth at a much deeper level. For my patients, after the routine required treatment, at an appropriate time, I tell them to ask themselves, what is this depression trying to tell me? What is this depression trying to teach me? You may not get a ready answer, but the question is important. There is a saying which says, once the student is ready, a teacher appears. Similarly, once this question is asked, the answer appears. It could be from the next book you pick up to read, a poem you read, a song you hear, or a conversation you have with someone. It's not mandatory that everyone who experiences depression should get an answer. But if you get an answer, it's a bonus. The answer could be about your work situation, your marital life, your lifestyle, or the way you interpret the various challenges of life. And the answer will enrich your inner growth. Fourth, depression improves our resilience. Once we become depressed in response to a particular problem, we learn to deal with the problem better. In the future, when we encounter the same or a similar problem, we are able to deal with it with a lot more resilience. Fifth, depression improves empathy. If you had experienced depression in the past, you would empathize with someone who's depressed now much better than anybody else. You will understand exactly what they mean and how they feel. Sixth, increased empathy improves your emotional intelligence. It helps you to empathetically understand someone else's emotional state and to respond in an appropriate manner that helps them and does not cause harm. The seventh advantage: only when we experience sadness and depression, we realize the value of other emotions. There is a proverb which says, we realize the value of shade only when we are out in the hot sun. It can be boring if happiness is the only emotion that we can feel. We have talked about it and you can see it in this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned because Mindscape matters. Bye.